Hey everyone, took me a half an hour or more to get this thing going. I'm flummoxed if you know what that word is. I don't get what just happened. Apparently I'm live. Nobody in yet, so I'm talking to myself, but I'm also recording this. This is going to be a live video, so we're going to call it, this is Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to take a look on the internet and just see what's going on and what people are saying on Twitter and stuff about Montreal's training camp that opened a couple days ago. Hey, somebody just came in. Hey, whoever it is, I can't see yet. I'm also testing out this new way of doing live streams. It's a new thing. It's called Prism Live Studio, I believe is what it's called. So I'm testing it out. I want to use it tonight. I'd like some feedback. Let's see. Jasmino69. Hey, how's it going? Hard for me to see. There, I get it. Jasmino. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. So I'm testing out this new way of doing live video. I want to know, how's the background? Someone let me know what you see, if that looks okay or it's too fuzzy. I banged myself in the chin. Again, so this is a new form of video I want to try. I'm doing a live stream. I'm also basically doing a video. So, and then you'll be able to make comments and I can answer some questions during the video and we can talk about it. I'm going to see how this goes. Doesn't take away from my live stream tonight. So anybody watching, if you're going to come in tonight at 9, I'm doing another live stream. Hopefully I can get this thing working. So if you do come back at 9 and it's not up yet, just be patient. This app seems to give you like a struggle till you get it going. Okay, so what is my video about? So I wanted to take a look around, well, not YouTube. Let me get out of this stuff. On Twitter, I'm going to start on Twitter. Just see what people are saying about the Habs and the training camp and anything that I can discover. Apparently, okay, let me see. Really like your background. So the background looks good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm on my phone, but I've got something that makes, I forget what you call that. And I'm on, I can't get off of this portrait mode, so I wanted to widen the screen. Helen, hey Helen Johnson, thanks for coming in, Helen. Very impromptu little thing I wanted to try. So, I guess if you're going to come in late, or if you're coming in late and I'm in the middle, I'm doing a video live. So there'll be some, it's an experiment. Why not? It's a Saturday. You get a double header because I'm going to do a live one tonight. That'll be a little bit more serious and stuff. So this is kind of for fun. And we're going to see what people are saying. One thing I was able to discover that might be new is Noah Juleson was held out of camp today. There may be an injury or they may be checking him to see how he's doing after a couple of days at camp because of that eye injury. I think he had a concussion as well. They have to check. And I think there's somebody else. I got to get the name that is under concussion protocol. I don't know if it's on our team or not. I was reading earlier. Both Juleson and Alzner. Yeah, Alzner. Alzner is just, yeah, but Alzner's day-to-day with injuries. Juleson, I haven't yet found out what's wrong. So I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know, and I will pass this on. Let me see now. Okay, nothing. I got to get used to this. So if I'm slow at it, it's a totally new system. I get a lot less of the comments. I get like 4 comments at a time. So if I bypass anybody and you really want an answer to a question, you got to retype it. Sorry, I can't do too many. But this is really cool. I want to show you guys something actually. Let me see now. See if I can find it. I think it's that. I think I'll go with that. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Anyways, this is a feature. I can do all kinds of stuff with this app. And that's why I got it, and it allows me to stream. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and that's one of the rules on YouTube. You can't use your phone to stream without 1,000 subscribers. So this is my way around it. I hope YouTube doesn't mind. I think I can now. Can I get rid of that? Yes. Oh, yeah, down. There you go. Juleson has a headache. Yeah, I guess that's what I heard. He may be under the concussion protocol. That's what they call it, until the headache goes away, because the headache might have been brought on by the workouts and the intensity of the training camp. So, wow, there's 11 people. I can't believe there's 11 people. There's 11 people watching this now. It's impromptu. The thing with this, I can't put a thumbnail out ahead of time, and the thumbnail you guys are going to see till I can get out and change it is probably garbage. I have to learn how to do it. I tried to upload a good thumbnail and it wouldn't let me. So, yeah, it's some kinks to work out. So Noel Juleson is one of the things. And I had... Oh, apparently, really, I wish I could show this stuff. Yanni Alonin, really nice goal. I don't know where he's playing. It's another feature. When I get used to this, I can get little clips like this and then play them for you in the corner of the video while we're talking. So, let me see. Helen, I really want him to play. He has size, great in the corners, and I liked his play. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not sure who I agree, but I'm not sure. Juleson, yes. What do I think about the Julius Honka rumor, 1-for-1? Yeah, I saw that. Charles Hudon for Julius Honka. I would have gotten to that because it's on Twitter. I don't know really a lot about Julius Honka, but what I hear is he needs a lot of work still, or he's not reliable at in the defensive zone. So I don't know if it's any better, but what are we going to... Is Hudon doing anything? I hear Hudon's coming to camp. He's lost a little weight. He's in great shape. His attitude is great. Hudon might be a surprise in camp, how he plays. So I don't know if we want to trade him at this point yet. But yeah, I saw the rumor. We'll see what happens. I don't know if Juleson is being... Like, if he's hurt, I don't know if that makes it... You got Folan. You don't really... I don't know if it's a big problem that you have to go make a trade. Don't know. If they want to deal Hudon, then it is that could be a possibility that this is the deal they're going to make for Hudon. By the way, how's my speaker, my microphone? Can you guys hear me okay? Is the microphone really good? Evan! Guy Lafleur has returned. Oh, that's a cool nickname, or a cool name. Another one of these players drafted high but never reached his potential. Doesn't have to be Hudon. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Apparently he's not very great defensively, Honka. So I read a story about him, and it depends. If Hudon can win a job and actually be useful, I don't know if that's worth it. But if you have no plans for Hudon, if they have none, then maybe that's worth a trade and give this kid a try. McCarran, thoughts? I think it would be an awesome story. Honka is not worth Hudon's depth with so many kids that could hit a wall. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know about Honka. I think we have enough defensive depth. I don't know if we need to go and reach out for that. McCarran. Don't be surprised to see McCarran take a spot. Maybe not an actual spot in the lineup, but one of the 3 extra guys that they carry, and that he can be placed in certain games when they want to use him. McCarran might really look good. We're going to see in camp how he does. It's a very important training camp, I think, for McCarran. So somebody that I've been starting to listen to on Twitter, he's a really good guy, Grant McCagg. He kind of thinks McCarran might make it. I like the reasons why he says that. It's not for his skating. His skating might not have improved that much, but we need his size and his grit. Not maybe every single game, but we need it available to us. So if he has a good camp, then I think he might make the team. I kind of think Jake Evans will make the team too. So yeah, we're getting off. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting away from my video idea, and we're having a live stream, which is cool. But I wanted to try something, so maybe it means it's not really working. Yeah, I didn't see any update. This is a lot of stuff about Juleson, but there was no update that I saw. I'm going to update my Twitter, see if we can find anything. probably only going to stay on another 20 minutes. It's just a short thing. I wanted to give it an experiment, and I'm testing and adjusting my setup for my camera and my new streaming app. Evan says it's good, so great. Mike, Helen says Mike is great. It should be. I got a mic right here. See when you don't have. You see, this is my lapel mic hooked up to something, and that YouTube, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get started. But it'd be nice to have nicer stuff eventually. Helen says she has never seen McCarron, never been a McCarron fan. Yeah, I think it's mostly because he's apparently been injured, is that shoulder problem. It could have been the reason why he's never taken hold. So I would say before they get rid of him, it's worth another look in training camp. It definitely can't hurt. And if he doesn't look good in training camp, he's not going to make the team. So it's his job to win. Steer the boat, Rick. Steer the boat. I'm trying. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hi, Rick. Who do you think the next RFA to be signed? That's a good question. I kind of got to think maybe Braden Point. Although I saw the ridiculous numbers they were offering him. Although I think Florida, it's the tax thing. They don't have to offer as much. The rumor was they were offering, or not the rumor, apparently they were offering $5.7 million for 6 or 8 years, something like that. But I got to think Braden Point or I'll give 3. Braden Point, Matt Tkachuk, or Mikko Rantanen. I would have to think those guys, one of them is going to be the next domino. And it's maybe possible that Braden Point's numbers are going to be very important here because Marner did get almost $11 million. What was important there was that 6-year term, so these guys can start thinking that they're going to get shorter terms, which they want. And I think if Point gets $10 million, it might be harder for Calgary. Can't afford it. I don't even know how Toronto's going to do it, but I think Braden Point, Matt Tkachuk, and Mikko Rantanen, these guys are very important to their teams, and if I were those teams, I'd want them in camp. I think that's why Toronto signed him before, just as camp started, so he didn't go through what William Nylander did, because if they have a Marner who's performing like Nylander did last year, I don't think their playoff hopes are good. So, okay. Okay, someone says cannot see live, the frozen screen and spinning. Okay, I don't know if that's me or if it could be your connection. It could be something like that. Maybe just check your connection, see if that's on. Although if you're being able to send me a message, you're probably connected. Do the show I want to do. I'm going to try. Yeah, well, basically it's this. Look, you guys are out there. You can ask me questions. I wanted to just start a scan through Twitter. There's I don't know if everybody knows what I guess I'm 2 days into the training camp. I'm a little late. I was going to go through what the guys that were invited to camp. Well, I'd like to talk about Harvey Pinard. A lot of people seem to be surprised that Harvey Pinard got sent back to his, he didn't go back to Rouyn-Noranda. He went back to Chicoutimi Saguenayens. I'm not saying that right, I'm sure. He's going to be their captain. He's going to be their star player. And he needs to work on a couple of things. He needs to work on his skating stride. He needs to work on his, what was it that I saw? He's got a couple, brain fart, that. He's got a couple things he needs to work. I really like Harvey Pinard. This is a smart player. He knows where to be at the right time. He reads the play. I saw a good breakdown of his game, and the guy was it's Draft Dynasty. If you want to go, he has a great video on Harvey Pinard. He breaks it down, and the way he shows him how he anticipates the play. That was the word I'm looking for. Anticipates the play so well, and it reminds me of watching Cole Caulfield videos. Cole Caulfield has exactly that same smart hockey IQ. He anticipates where that puck is going to be, so And it was something I had said, one of my first observances of Caulfield. And since I'm an old school guy and I don't break down the games the same way the young guys do, he gets himself into position to receive the puck and gets, he knows where to be, anticipates the play, anticipates the puck movement. And I noticed that with Harvey Pinard. So Harvey Pinard going back to juniors is only a good thing. He needs to work on his upper body strength and his leg strength. He's a small guy. He's only 5'11", so he's not a huge guy. He can get knocked around, and that will shorten his career if he doesn't strengthen up. I see him coming to Montreal and being a really good player. He's put up big-time points because he's very smart. He knows where to be. He's not a super fast skater, but he can work on that. And the things that he has to work on are not hard things. I mean, they're coachable. Having that hockey IQ, not coachable. Sorry, you can get players to react a little better and stuff like that, but to have that kind of hockey IQ, that kind of smarts, it's not something you can coach. So he has something that they need to develop. And that's the reason why he's back in juniors. So and it's his last season. He can't go back to junior next season. So next year he'll be in the AHL. In the AHL, the game's a little faster. The guys are a little bigger. He's going to take harder hits. It's a good reason to go back to the juniors and strengthen up, work on that game. I expect big things from Harvey Pinard. So anybody who's disappointed, Harvey Pinard went to back to junior. Don't be. If anything, try to find a way to watch Chicoutimi's games. He's going to be their star player. He's the captain. He's going to be the captain of that team, and he's going to be their star player. He put up 80-odd points last season. He had 27 points in 20 games in the playoffs, and they won the Memorial Cup. And he was a huge part of that Memorial Cup win. So Harvey Pinard, I guess I'm on record right now to say I believe Harvey Pinard will graduate his way through the system and will be a Montreal Canadien. If they don't trade him away, he will be an NHLer if they do, but he will be a good, solid, smart, long-term NHLer. He's got the thing. He's got what it takes. Now, were there any surprises of the invitees to training camp? I don't really think there were. I know there's a lot of names that guys don't know. Maybe you don't know who they are, but I don't think so. Maybe the only one you might say, Liam Howell. If anybody was watching last season with Nick Suzuki going through the playoffs, winning the Memorial, the CHL championship, one of the guys on that team was Liam Howell. And I really liked the way he played. I commented on it in a couple of the videos that I think I gave him a star in one. But anyways, he was a really good player from there. The Habs invited him to camp. I think he was undrafted, and they invited him on a tryout. And he's graduated to the camp. I think he's the only... I'm not sure if he's still junior eligible. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the reason why he had to be in camp. But here's a guy that from out of the blue that could develop. I don't expect him to make the team this year, no. But I expect him to develop and be a possible one of those guys that you didn't expect to make it, and he does. Let me look at any surprises, any other than that. I'm just seeing Victor Mete's name. With the Marner whatever you want to call that circus about signing Marner. Apparently Mete and Marner have the same agent. And Mete, I believe, is up next year off his ELC. If not next year, it's the year after. And but it should be next year. And they got the same agent, so somebody was making a comment that Mete will go through the same thing. But I don't see it. Mete's not Marner. Mete doesn't put up those points, hasn't scored a goal yet. Unless he has a lights-out, crazy lights-out season, I don't see Mete holding out. And besides, he doesn't seem like that character. As much as Marner wants to say, oh, I'm glad I'm in Toronto, I love it here, I love it. Do you really love it when you're making your team go through something that's going to cost them maybe as soon as next season when they can't re-sign some players because of the money you three top guys are making? I just don't see Mete being like that, even though he has the same agent. in the long run, or in the end, I imagine it's Mete's choice of how the agent deals with Montreal, and he can change agents if he doesn't like it. Let me see now who's here. Oh, if Juleson is injured and say he does have concussion problems, and when we were all talking early in the summer about who would be that sixth defenseman, and we all had Juleson and all that, and I did at the beginning and changed it to I think he'll start in the AHL, and this was the reason why. We didn't know how he was going to perform after coming in. They might have cleared him as what's the word I'm looking for? He's got a clean bill of health. Boom, that's it. And he was cleared to play, but till he played and was out in real kind of action, you don't know what's going to happen. And so maybe there's proof. So that probably gives a better chance to a guy like Cale Fleury, who's there in camp, and a guy like Otto Leskinen. Although I think Otto Leskinen needs to go down to the AHL and get a little bit better. But I like Leskinen. He's another one of these guys that came out of the blue. He was found at the Combine, the European Combine, and then they drafted him. And, I think that this kid is showing that he has some potential. Gianni Fairbrother. I'm not sure if he's injured because there was some talk about that, but I haven't seen anything about an official injury for him. This kid's going to be good. He's way better than he was at the development camp already. This kid's going to be good. I don't know how fast he's going to make the rise, but sometimes these kids can, some of them just, you're not sure about them and they just take off, and he's looking really good. So in the next couple of years, I kind of expect that. Jonathan Drouin looked good in camp from what I can see from little clips. He's dangling well, he's stick handling well. We know he can do all of those things. So when you see that in camp, it's great. We won't really know if he's got the head going, or heart going, and everything going till he's in real games, even if they're preseason, because as you get to the last couple of preseason games, we're going to start seeing him play his game, and we'll see if that second effort there is there, and the conditioning and all that. So let's keep our fingers crossed for Jonathan Drouin. He could be a huge key to making the playoffs and going far, and improving that power play. Although from what I can tell, they might not play him on the half wall. They might have him feeding Weber on the point. Is what I've read that, and I don't know if that's still what they're looking at. But I have read it here online. Since we're doing a video about what's online, I'm bringing that along. Anything else I've heard from these guys? I haven't heard much, so that's from looking at the list of players. I'm sure everybody's seen it. I don't want to read them all off. We're already going to, I'm probably going to go longer than I thought. Okay, so I got this on Facebook. I'm going to go back to, let me see, Twitter. That's the name of it. Let's see what the new tweets are. Let's see what people are talking about the Habs, because that's what the video was basically about. I was on Twitter and I saw a lot of things which are now way down on my Twitter feed, but they repeat them. And I thought, I could do a video and just talk about what I'm seeing here, and so that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I think up things and I want them out right away. And this is something I don't have to write a script for, and I really wanted to test this out, and it seems to be going good. Look, there's 19 people in here right now. I'm at the 25-minute mark, and I think it's going pretty good. Sorry, guys, if I haven't really read your responses or your comments. I'm trying to do my first idea. We will spend 10 minutes after I'm done going over stuff. So if I haven't gotten to anything, just please rewrite it. I'll take a little. Let me see if I can. I can scroll down. Okay. There we go. How many goals do I think Galley will get this year? I see Galley for 35 plus, and I say I don't want to go to a specific number because I think he'll get 35. He'll increase on last year. I think Galley has the capability of 40 if things are going well. They're not taking a step back from last year. I think they're all going to increase. Maybe not totally their output. I think Deneau probably levels out to his output. I think Tatar can give a few extra points, and I think Galley might hit 40 goals if things roll right, things bounce right, stuff like that. Did I watch the video I sent you on Drouin? I'm not sure. If I didn't, I'll try to look for it, so I'm really sorry. I've been swamped. I've got a podcast with Habs. I'm starting next week. I'm going to be a semi-regular, but they announced me as the official part-time co-host. Plus, I have some other things in the works of starting with a couple of guys our own podcast and a possible regular, not sure what day, but a regular show, live show here on YouTube. So you can probably figure out who the two guys are. We're working on developing something that will be every week, all hockey-based, mostly hockey-based, covering basically the Habs, but the whole league as well. So I'm breaking that. I haven't talked to the two guys to say that I'm doing that, but I'm not giving anything away. We're working on something. So hopefully everybody's really interested in that will continue. It might be a little less adult than what we did. So if anybody's worried about if their kids can hear, we may have, I still don't think you want to bring your kids in, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. Sorry, Matt, if you're listening, I'm not busting you on anything, don't worry. Okay, so let me see another question. I keep faith. Good evening, Rick. I didn't realize it was already 9 o'clock. It's not. I'm doing this totally impromptu. I'm testing my new system, my new app for using my phone. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so YouTube doesn't let you live stream from your phone till that happens. And there's this new app out that allows you to do that. And I need a couple of run-throughs to make sure it's working. And I'm going to do it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually doing a live video. So instead of recording a video, putting it out there, I'm trying something that I know some people have done it before. It's something I thought up, then found out people have actually done it, so it's not my own idea, really. And it's just a run-through on Twitter and stuff on the internet about Montreal, about the Habs and training camp, and it's a live video. And we'll take 10 minutes after I finish going through the stuff, and we'll talk. So I just wanted to go through a few of these comments. Just started watching my channel about a month ago. What won me over was the fact that you're not trying to be a YouTuber. Oh, God, no. Listen, guys, honestly, whoever's watching and me, we're the same. I'm nobody special. You know what maybe might set me apart from you guys watching me? And it's very simple, and it's not something everybody has, and I'm not saying that I'm special to have it. When I turn the camera on, I don't think about how many people are watching. I've got a couple of videos that are in the thousands, and I don't like public speaking, but this doesn't seem to bother me, and you need to have to do that. So if you don't mind getting out there and just putting yourself out there, that's the only difference between me and somebody that doesn't have a channel and is not a creator already. I have a few subscribers that are. And you guys sitting at home. So no, I'm not a YouTube personality. Even if I get to the hockey guy status, I'm never going to be a YouTube personality. I'm just who I am. And I like it better that way. How's that Sherratt looking? I hear good things so far from camp. I haven't seen any clips yet. I've been so bloody busy. It's amazing. I have to get a better work ethic and get a little bit more organized because things are starting to happen right now that are all good and positive, and I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy because I have a couple of good ideas. Matt and Scott are just revealed the two guys. We've got some really good ideas, and we're going to come up with some really good stuff for you guys. And so am I on my own channel, or on my own thing. That's never going to change. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. And this thing allows me, this app allows me to go, like if I'm not home and a story breaks, it allows me to do a video really quick wherever I am, as long as I got internet access. So I really love that. I don't know how often that's going to come up. I don't know. But if it does, you may not see the same background, but I may do videos sometimes because some story came out and I want to get it out there. So I love the app so far. I hope it works really great on your end because I don't want lousy quality on your end, and I haven't watched, well, I watched the first one I did this morning. It was like 4 minutes. It looked good. So, and I'm trying this wide angle thing, and it seems to look good. It opens up the thing. You can actually see my desk and where I work. This is where I work from. Every video you see, everything you do except the live streams I've done up until now, I've had to do elsewhere because the computer I've used for the webcam needs to be plugged, and my router's in the living room. So I don't have a 200-foot cable. And but now I'm great. I can do my live streaming from my studio right at my desk. I can stand. I can have different... I'm just overjoyed with it. So hope you guys like it. And like I said, now you get a little bit more of a look into me. This is my desk. Hopefully it's not too dirty. I pushed everything over to the side. So it wouldn't be too bad. And yeah, this is where I work from. I do all my writing here. I do all my my computer stuff is right here. My computer's right here. All my research. I'm going to bring in a little bit more lighting because it's a little dark. I got a couple more lights I can bring in. And yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm really excited about all the stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. The podcast, and I know I'm veering away from my video, but we're here, so I'm going to talk about this stuff. I gave it a shot for the video. We did a little bit of it. I just wanted to give that a try. We'll go through some of your comments now. We'll do another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll have tonight. Okay, I got to have supper and get ready. But I'm loving that this is great. So please, everybody who's here now, can you just let me know one thing? Are you happy with the look of it and the sound? Is it freezing up? Anything like that? So if you're happy with it, just say yes. I would love it if everybody would do that. And if there's a problem, tell me what the problem is. So let me see if I can do about Line A. Do I think Line A will come the Habs via trade? You know, I don't know, and I kind of hope not. Joe, thanks. Thanks, that it looks great. I appreciate that. Thumbs up. Thumbs up are great. Thanks for that. Yeah, great, guys. So this is my new way to live stream. I'm going to do this now exclusively. I can, but I haven't figured... It's a new app. I haven't figured out how yet, which is why I put my wide-angle lens so it opens up the portrait a little bit. But this app allows me to do that. With the YouTube one, when I live stream on YouTube, I won't be able to do that if I do it directly, which is another reason why I like this app. But I have not figured out how to go to landscape and leave it that way. So I've rigged up a great thing on in front of my desk where I don't have to... It's not a tripod. I rigged up something that's working really good. And I hope I'm not too far away. And this is great for live streaming. So, yeah. And if I get landscape, I will. If I can figure it out, we will be going in landscape after that. But once you start a stream in portrait, you cannot change it. The only thing I can do, and it's interesting, I don't know if you see any writing. A lot of times you get the writing backward. This allows me to flip that. If I have put up anything writing, you'll see it properly. So I like that. This is a really cool app. Okay, so everybody thinks it looks great. Any questions before we close it out? We'll go another maybe 10 more minutes. Don't forget, everybody in here now, there's 23 of you. I can see how many. 9 o'clock, it's not changing. The only thing that might happen, it took me a while to get this thing up and running. I did the same things 3-4 times, and then it's all of a sudden it's live. So if it's a delay and you don't see it, just stick around and it's coming out, okay? As close to 9 as I can get it. So hopefully it'll work fine. Let me see now. Needs to be full screen. Yeah, I know. Hopefully tonight, I'll have the landscape thing fixed up, and then it'll be full screen. Till then, I can't help it. I'm not very good with tech. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm not very good with tech. So it's a problem. And if I continue to have the problem, I'll just get one of my boys to come over and fix it up for me. My youngest, he's 17. He could probably... I'm sure he knows how to fix it up. So, yeah. Okay, did I answer your questions? Gislain, did I answer? I missed a question. If I missed it, please let me look for it. How's that? I can do a lot of things on here, but I'm really new. Yeah, I can't put it sideways if that's the question. I can't. Not once I've started a stream. It has to stay this way till the next time at the earliest. Do I think Sherratt can be what we thought Alzner was going to be back in 2017 when we signed him? Yeah, I think all that and more. I think Sherratt might be a little tougher than we thought Alzner would be. And I think Sherratt is going to surprise the naysayers that don't think he's enough. And I think a lot of the reason why you're seeing this question about Sherratt is that Habs fans are fickle. So you guys are the best. But Habs fans are fickle, me included, and we didn't get that big name left shot defenseman to pair up with Weber, and Sherratt's paying the price because of that. And until he starts to play and shows us that yes, he is everything that he has been hyped to be, or no, he's another Alzner, we won't really know, and he's going to get, a lot of the haters gotta hate. So once he starts playing and the season's there, I think he's going to be good. I think we're gonna love him, and you'll see. That's what I think. Do I think we need Line A from Nolan? I do not. I honestly don't, because getting Line A is going to cause you either a huge hole in the lineup, you're going to create a hole by fixing one, or you're going to go through what Toronto's going through very shortly, and we don't want that. You bring in Line A, yes, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see Line A in the lineup and what he could do, but the problem is the cost of Line A is the problem. It's a big problem. I mean, the talk, trade him for Domi. Are you kidding me? And what if Line A craps out? What if we already saw the best of Line A? It's a possibility too. I don't want to see that. And what if Domi's best season was last season? This is where he levels off and he stays at. I'm happy with that. That's 72 points. He did fantastic. The guy's got a great attitude, which Line A does not have. No, I do not want to see Line A here unless it's almost freaking handed to us on a platter. That's my opinion. And I know a lot of people, it's not a popular opinion, but remember, Line A is a sexy thing. Everybody likes something that's sexy and the greener grass on the other side of the fence, and it doesn't work that way. I'm 56 years old. I'm older than most of you guys, although not Ghislain, not Johnny Golden, and a couple of you other guys, I get it. But they'll agree with me. One thing you learn from being young to being older is the grass is not greener on the other side. And the sexy option is usually the worst option. You stick with what you got, because you've evaluated it, you've developed it, and you've got confidence in it. And if you just keep tweaking and pushing it along, it's going to come out. Hey, a lot of people would charge you for that advice. I don't. But if you haven't subscribed, that's the only thing I charge. Give a subscribe and a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Fedge, thanks a lot. I believe it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't worry. You know what? I'm not worried about the tech. I can stream. I can do a few things. I will learn over time how to use this app. Main thing is I can get this out there, and we're having fun. I can't even express how much fun I have talking to you guys. I know probably some haters out there say, yeah, you say that because you want people to come back. There's times going into this, I know I've got to do a stream. I'm kind of in an off mood, man. This stuff just picks me right up. I thought I would do, 20 minutes, half hour. We're already at 39 minutes. Yeah, Johnny, no, Juleson and Alzner sidelined. I heard Juleson, he's on the concussion protocol, so don't know when that'll be. And is Alzner a big loss? No, it'll just mean they'll demote him, and whatever will happen. Don't marry the stripper, right, Rick? That's exactly it, buddy. Don't marry the stripper. You're going to pay for that one. Do I think Hayden Fleury can be a good acquisition? I'm shaking my head as I read this. No, I think Fleury's window has closed. He was a high pick, 7th or something like that. But, he hasn't really panned out. Yes, he's still young, but I would have liked to have seen more from this kid to be optimistic that I'd want to trade for him. So, no. I'd want to, if he has a good season and he shows some promise now, But I don't think he's shown enough that I want to bring him over, even though he's Cale Fleury's brother. I don't know. Cale Fleury hasn't made the team yet either, so who are we helping out here? You know? We're not fickle. We support Habs win or overtime win. 100%. But yes, we are fickle. Yes, we're fickle. 100. Look, I'm telling you, I always thought that going into doing what I'm doing now, being a creator, doing Habs stuff, and after 9 months of doing this, I'm even more sure of the fickleness of the Habs. Not everybody's a crazy, fickle, lunatic Habs fan, but there are some, and there's a lot that are fickle. There's enough that are crazy. There's a bunch that are lunatic, and then there's us guys that are pretty normal. We love our team really so much that we maybe overhype our guys a little bit. But I mean, like, who cares? It's our team. We have a huge history. We have every reason to be proud of this Montreal Canadiens team. Am I afraid to comment? Wait a second. Enjoy the dream. Am I afraid to comment on his post? Canadians not going anywhere. You are a typical fan afraid. Has last place. Oh, why Habs last place? Well, first of all, I don't agree with that. Even if the Habs have an off season, they're not going to be in last place. Am I afraid to? On your comment, why would I be afraid to support my team? And I have every reason to be very confident in this team. I'm going to tell you a couple reasons why. And I'm going to address this because if you say no one addresses it, I'm going to address it. The Habs had 96 points last season. They missed the playoffs by 2. This team needs to get just a little bit better. That's all. 4, 6 more points would guarantee a playoff spot. 4 or 6 more points. An improved power play, an improved backup goalie, and all the young players. And this roster is riddled with young players. What's the value of young players? If they're good young players and they're developed properly, is that they get better a little bit every year. So if you count on that and you look at that, I believe our Habs team will be a little better every year. I don't know why it's going to the side. Number 2, do you think Toronto is going to be better? I know everyone has them coming in high. They're going to have nobody around. Their defense is not a good defensive defense. It's all set to offense. So are they going to score a lot of goals? Maybe, but they're going to get a lot of goals scored against them. So are they going to win that many more games than they lose? I don't think so. We finished 3 or 4 points behind them in the for the playoffs last year. I don't think they're improved signing Marner. I think that contract makes them worse because they have to now do something and move players out and bring in lesser players to get in under the cap before the season starts. And next year, they're not going to be able to sign some of the guys that they have. And then that lessens their window is this year. That's my opinion. If the Leafs don't win the Cup this year, it gets harder and harder going down the road. I don't care that they signed Marner. That's a horrible deal. It's a horrible thing to have 3 players making over $10 million. People crap on us for having Carey Price at $10.5 million. They got 3. It's impossible. So that's Boston. And it's not because I hate Boston. Boston hasn't signed McAvoy yet. They've got 2 key defensemen, 2 important defensemen, and McAvoy is super important. If he doesn't sign before camp ends, if he goes into the season unsigned, not going through camp, he's behind the 8 ball. He may have a good season, but it's unlikely, and he more than likely will have an off season. And they need him to make that run. Chara's getting older. I don't care. He's not Superman. He's just getting older. He's going to drop off at any point. Bergeron, getting older. He's not an old man, but his skills are going to start. He can't go on forever having those seasons. I predict a bit of a drop-off. So I'm confident in my Habs team, and I'm confident they will make the playoffs. So if you're a Leafs fan and you're here just to hate on me, that's fine. You can do that. I don't hate on the Leafs anymore. I don't really hate on the Bruins anymore. But I don't think their chance is great. I think they made a huge mistake in signing John Tavares in the first place. Huge mistake. They didn't need him there. They would have been better off not signing him and putting a better cast around Marner and Matthews. And I just don't like Matthews. There's something about Matthews I don't like. Here, I'm using my mouse to scroll on this. I can't do that. Leafs will be fine this year. Boston is who will take a step back and is our team to pass to get in. Yeah, I think it's Toronto and Boston going to take a step back. Will Toronto take a big enough step back to be behind Montreal? Maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Montreal and Toronto neck and neck. I think a good team is comprised of a whole lot of 7-10s. What's that? 7s out of 10s? Not a few 9 out of 10s and a bunch. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly the point. They put too much in a few guys, and they're going to have trouble filling out that roster to support them with quality depth. You know, just because you throw a guy on the fourth line doesn't mean it's quality depth. He's depth, but it doesn't mean he's going to do you any good. And if you can't get guys that can do that, you're not going to do good. The little things win the games, too. Enjoy the dream. Will normally when you say your opinion, there's usually bias in that. Well, that's true. Not always. You can have an unbiased opinion. But if you're a diehard, screaming crazy fan of any team, it doesn't matter what team, and we all have them, and we've all been that guy to a certain point anyway, right? You can lose your sense of what's the word I'm looking for? You know, you're just not making 100% sense because you're thinking in so biased that you're not considering a lot of other things that make, you know, and yeah. But you know, people like that always find out in the long run. At the end of the season, if Montreal's in, then I'm right. If Montreal's not, then I was wrong. And that's what sports is all about, guys. Okay, so listen, we're at 47 minutes. I'm going to be on in 3 hours. I need some time to eat, to walk my dog, and do all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to end this right here. And if I can find where to end, but I don't even know how to end this thing. Oh, there it is. And I want to thank all of you. I can't believe right now there's 27 people, and I would not have thought I'd get 5 people on such an impromptu basis. So thank you all for joining. I had a blast already. I'm going to do an hour and a half at least tonight. So I hope you'll all come back tonight at 9 and look for this. If I can figure out how to put something out early in the day so you guys know what's coming out. I don't know yet how to do it on this app. So it's going to come out at 9. It'll be there. So I didn't seem to have any trouble getting all you guys in. So it surprises me. So stop saying so, Rick. So I'm going to end this right now. Thanks everybody for coming in. I so appreciate it. I'm going to write something to come up with the words to thank you guys because you guys make my day. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you'll come see me at 9. So have a good rest of the evening. Enjoy your supper, and I'll see you at 9, guys. Bye now. Yeah. Underneath that. There we go. Don't know if that works. I'm going to take out this and see if I can figure that out. Let's see.